I'm not worried. I'm not particularly worried. Chris, are you particularly worried?
Oh, really? I mean,
No.
it's. I'm sure it's very nutritious.
How do you know?
Everything a growing body needs.
Should I even ask? Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Chicago Chronicles, a series of streams in which we are trying to conquer Chicago as Al Capone, together with my dear guests from Romero Games, so creators of the game.
My name is Ian O'Neill, and I'm the principal combat designer in Empire Sin.
And I'm Chris King, and I'm the unprincipled combat designer. Also, just the guy who does the strategy stuff.
Last time we had a vote. The topic was if we should go against Stephanie immediately, just attack her in her house, in her safe house, and surprise her by doing that, or should we rather conquer some neutral rackets, build our empire, get enough cash to hire better gangsters and better equipment, and then fight her. And in the end, the final result was that we should go for the neutral rackets. So that's what we'll do today.
Okay. So we're going to expand a little bit.
I could just say, democracy still works. I think definitely the bad way to be.
Was
We're
it a close
asking a lot of Ian.
All right.
Was it a close vote? Like, what were the numbers?
Yeah, what was the results? Good.
I remember that it was 60-something% for the neutral rackets.
That's a deciding percentage.
Yeah.
We are still on hot code. This is a slightly older version of the game, the slightly older build. So if we run into issues or if we encounter issues, there's a good chance that we will. So just as a warning before we start launching into anything. And I suppose we should say, like, this is the first stream without Brenda. There's no Brenda here today.
That's
Yes,
true.
no, Brenda's off talking to the press. Apparently, there are people out there who get their information about Empire of Sin not from the stream.
Ooh, fancy.
Absolute
Old
mad
school.
lads. Mad lads, I'm
Old
telling
school.
you.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to zoom out and I'm going to have a look around at the city because I haven't been here in a few weeks, so I don't actually know what's going on.
Yeah, it
I
seems
know
that
I want that. I want that big thug-occupied building.
It seems that actually Stephanie has quite a big empire right now. She has even more
so-
buildings that we do right now, right?
She said you killed Maggie.
Yes.
Maggie Dyer, yes. Maggie
So she took
Dyer
over her
decided.
empire.
Yeah, Stephanie retired Maggie from her circus career.
Okay, so that's
So
how retirement
I-
works in Chicago, I see.
Yes.
So I can see. So if we are eventually going to go up and fight Stephanie St. Clair, means we're going to end up assaulting her safe house. So we probably want to start equipping ourselves with some better equipment. We'll have a look at our talent trees, which is what I'll do now before I do anything else. Actually, I'm going to do that right now. And we will start, really equipping our guys with some really good equipment and start trying to find some. So go out into the city, black market, and see what we can gather. So unfortunately, I do know that there is as I said, this is a slightly older build. There is a bug here. So the boss talent trees are locked essentially. So it won't progress any further than this point. So that's unfortunate, but I'd rather just have it out there and have it as a thing. So we are aware of that. That is fixed in the newer builds. So I'm going to go on to the what is going on? I am going to go on to the other professions. The enforcer. So we have Hugh Tank Miller here, who is an enforcer. So he has already unlocked his tier 1, which is draw fire, which is like a radial taunt. So now I need to decide what way I want to build out Hugh. Do I want him to be better protection when he's in cover, but increased damage if he gets flanked or if he's out of cover? Do I want him to be maybe a slightly longer range enforcer, and do I want him to be able to unlock rifles and use rifles, or do I want his Overwatch to be able to be triggered by more than just the enemy moving across it? So do I also want it, if the enemy fires at me or takes an action against me, will I react? So I think I'm actually going to take, because I'm going to build Hugh as a pure tank, as he's going to taunt, he's going to have resistances, and he's going to take the brunt of the damage for the crew. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start learning Bulwark.
Right, so a quick chat question came in. Are bots able to take over places you own? Yes, they can. Got to watch out for that.
So we have Maria Rodriguez, who is one of our favorites, who is one of our Romero Games favorites. So she's a hired gun. Hired guns are your general sharpshooters. They are your general dog's bodies. They are proficient with the widest array of ranged weapons in the game. So they have access to pretty much everything from a shotgun all the way up to a light machine gun, which is what you see here, the machine gun training. So Maria already has sweep. Sweep is applicable to submachine guns and light machine guns. So that's our AoE sweep. So I think I want to kind of follow on with that. And yeah, I think I'm going to go with Guile. So that Maria's really going to be, she's going to be our flanker. So we're always going to try and use Maria to flank the enemy and really hit heavy and hit hard when we do get a flanked character. So let's have a look then. Nora's our medic or doctor. She's already learning remedy, so that's fine. So remedy's a nice heal over time. So that means that we'll actually have 2 heals, and she has lifeline as well. Lifeline is the for just a reminder. Lifeline is the it's the AoE radius kind of thing that your mob doctor can project, and it will make sure that your guys, regardless of how much damage they take, will bleed out instead of just dying straight away. So super useful, super handy. I'm going to hire a demolitionist because I really want us to have a demolitionist on the team.
How are you?
So I'm going to hire Bao here. Yeah,
Okay.
they're expensive. She's pricey, so that's quite a lot of money. That's $8,000 gone straight away.
Yeah.
Half the money gone.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take Shrapnel Bomb as my first choice. So Shrapnel Bomb. So let's have a little look at Shrapnel Bomb. So I have a choice here between Break Shot, which will temporarily break the enemy's weapon until they repair it. So that's a case of I can disable, maybe a sniper if I'm coming up against a sniper or a heavy machine or another enemy with a heavy machine gun. So I can disable those weapons temporarily for a few rounds while they repaired them. Or I can pick Shrapnel Bomb. And Shrapnel Bomb is a nice wide explosive that slows, bleeds, and knockbacks anybody it hits. So they're guaranteed. So it's a nice dispersal, but it affects. So slow is a great one because not only does it reduce your movement, so it affects how far you can actually move or the target moves, but it also affects their initiative. So initiative is really important. So if you are going to assault a safe house, you are going to come up against much higher tier enemies. So their initiative is going to be quite higher and probably a good bit higher than your low-level gangsters. So if I can affect a large group of them with slow, that means that they will all drop down by at least 50% of their initiative. So their turns will be much lower in the combat round. So I'm going to go ahead with Shrapnel Bomb and pick that. And again, if we look through the demolitionist tree, it's all explosive centric kind of stuff. So explosives deal less damage to you, knockback chance is reduced to you for bomb suit, weapon training. Every one of the trees always has some weapon training in it because not every one of the professions is proficient with the weapons in the game. So here, the demolitionists cannot use rifles and they cannot use shotguns without having that training. So if you wanted to have a slightly more long-range demolitionist, which is actually really cool, I have a few of them in my own games, you could unlock the rifle training here so that you could use rifles, and again down here shotguns, or you have explosive ordnance training. So this is fantastic. This is one of my awesome ones that I always pick. Explosive ordnance means that if you use a grenade as your first action, it will no longer end your turn. So you could throw out Shrapnel Bomb and then you could move, or you could attack or fire or do something else. So again, super handy. Double shot. So if you want to use double shot, it essentially fires your currently equipped weapon twice. So you get 2 shots, always awesome. Or if you want something a little bit more explosive, a little bit more quick kick, Time Bomb. So Time Bomb is a really cool little interesting one. So Time Bomb, as it says on the tin, is a time bomb. You throw it and it'll tick away. So after 2 rounds, it will explode, and you'll see it in the combat queue. I'm pointing again. I have really bad habit of pointing at screens and things. I get mocked for it daily. So time bomb is one of those really quirky kind of ones where you need to think 2 steps ahead when you go to use it. So there's no point in throwing it at an enemy's position right now, like where they are, because they won't be there in 2 rounds. But if you can kind of think ahead, put it in a doorway where you expect somebody to be in 2 rounds, you can absolutely get them, or get a whole bunch of them, in a nice little timed explosion. And then as we go further down again, so bunker down. So using hunker down. So hunker down is one of the generic abilities that everybody comes with. It's a defensive ability. So if you were in a tricky, sticky situation, you want to use hunker down to up your defense and up your reduce your critical hit, reduce your enemy's critical hit chance so they don't crit you. Now, bunker down will then augment hunker down. So whenever you use hunker down, it will also reduce damage by explosives. So why would you want that? Why would you want another ability to reduce explosive damage? Maybe you want to throw an explosive at yourself if you're surrounded, or maybe you want to Maybe you want to go hell for leather and get up really close with a demolitionist, or maybe some of the enemies later on that you might encounter might have suicide vests or suicide bombs and explode when they die. So it'll be an important feature later on as we come across it. Shotgun training, which I've gone across. Chain reaction, so your explosives have a small percentage chance to cause a chain reaction if you hit somebody else with an explosive on them. So demolitionists or other gangsters, other AI mobsters that have explosives equipped, there's a chance that they will explode and cause a little bit of a chain reaction. It's always cool to see some fireworks. And then the keystone ability for the demolitionist, the cluster bomb. Cluster bombs are fantastic. It's essentially a grenade, a small, low-powered grenade that will then fling out a whole bunch of little baby bombs that will just chain along an area, and it's wonderful. It's one of those things when you use it in a tight, confined interior space like a racket, it can pretty much make mincemeat of your enemies. It's really, really fun. A lot of fun, ridiculously fun.
I love that you call them baby bombs. In this
They're baby. They're very cute.
We look at Westwood Gate and check how many spare customers we actually have left in the neighbourhood before we start trying to take over anything more.
Where am I looking, Chris? Bottom left. Customers.
There, no, here it is. All right, so we still have 200 customers available. That's fine. We can. Oops, hold on.
You're right.
You can. Yeah, you're still free then to take stuff over. So, if you want to, I'm just making sure we don't want to try and because there are fewer thirsty customers than actual racket sites in the neighbourhood. So you've actually got to kind of balance off your customers versus your actual racket sites. But we have room.
So is that 300? That's how many customers Stephanie currently has? So that's how many her empire.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and
it's
there's still 200 and what is it? 202 to play for.
Yes.
So if we increased word of mouth on our speakeasies, we might dip into that pool.
No, we need to grab more rackets. Our rackets should be full up at the moment.
Okay.
If we're not quick enough, they'll go to other parts of town.
Okay, so the goal, I think the goal for today is to take this big derelict building. It's massive. So I think let's grab that. But first, I want to go down here because I'm pretty sure there's a mission down there that I can see. But I'm also sure that there's a stash down there. Now, I don't know if you guys have covered stashes in the last couple of streams. But this is one of the things that you might find if you are adventuring around Chicago and you are exploring alleyways. You might encounter one of Big Jim's stashes. Now, Chris, do you want to go into a little bit of who is Big Jim, or who was Big Jim?
I can't pronounce names properly. It's Big Jim Coliseum or something like that. He was the
Colosimo, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. You know, some name like that. He was a boss of Chicago actually, and he was actually bumped off in actually March 1920 because he didn't believe that bootlegging was the future. But in our Chicago, he has definitely left a few stashes around to help himself out, which obviously didn't do him any good because he's now sadly dead. But you can pick them up instead.
Oh, this is interesting.
Oh, so we have like one of these random events, right? Well, that doesn't sound very good, to be honest.
No, I don't want to give him shell shock. That's definitely. I'm not worried. I'm not particularly worried. Chris, are you particularly worried?
Oh, really? I mean, I'm sure it's very nutritious.
How do you know?
Everything a growing body needs.
Should I even ask?
It's a bit gamey, I've heard.
Yes.
Oh no! Push hard. $2 grand is not that much to keep the cops happy.
Yeah, I think that's good, right?
Yeah, and it's a raid reduction on our racket, so I like that. So $2 grand isn't too bad to keep the cops happy. I'm going for that. Right, what am I doing here? Why have I randomly split up the group? Well, I'm hoping to set up an ambush or create a clever ambush. Now, this will probably go wrong because it's me and I'm trying to do something clever. But we shall see, right? I fully expect this to go arseways. But we shall really try not to.
Is that the technical term? Arseways.
That is the technical game dev term. If you look it up in the big book of game dev terms, you will find that, probably with a picture of me. So I am now in ambush mode, and as I'm in ambush mode, I am just moving my guys around. I'm free to move my guys in ambush mode without any reprisal. The thugs are essentially they cannot do anything. They cannot react yet. So I was very close to triggering the thugs there. You can actually see their question mark symbol has appeared over their heads, so they were very, very close to being triggered. So I'm setting everybody into some sort of ambush. What is Hugh using? Oh, Hugh has a shotgun. Right.
Yeah, he was shotgun man. He's tanking it up.
I'm terrible with Hugh. I don't know what it is with Hugh. Oh, that shotgun blast. Whew.
Yeah.
That was the wrong thing, Ian.
Yes.
There we
now
go.
you want to get Capone to do his rain of fire if you get.
You are reading my mind, Chris.
I see a rain of fire for a man in Ireland tonight.
Here we go.
Wow.
Right, this is going to go completely wrong, but let's give it a go.
You should know better, pal.
Okay, now they move, right? And they will all of your guys will shoot them, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a slouch across.
Gone. Gone.
Okay, this guy avoided, but you killed
Hugh
almost
didn't do
everyone.
anything.
Okay,
Very close. We were very close.
yeah. Nice.
Oh, and Maria has her
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 trigger?
Overwatch still engaged,
Yeah.
actually, which is handy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh,
Oh, where's the one? Oh, he's behind me.
yeah.
Oh.
You're going to execute the guy.
Of course I am. So executions are always important for notoriety.
Take that.
That's a lot of stuff.
Classic Capone.
My favourite execution is when you get the police baton.
Oh,
That's it.
yeah.
That's one to keep an eye out for. That's a keeper. Oh,
All right, so there's one
Hugh
guy
actually
left.
did something useful.
Nice. Very close.
Okay. Hopefully he'll come this way for Capone. Maria is just out of range, I believe. Oh, she might be able to
Here
see from
should it work? It should work, yeah. Okay.
Very low hit percentage, but
okay.
nice.
Oh,
Excellent.
policeman. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Okay, so we
I
are in
did not
trouble
see the
now.
cop.
Will
No.
he even reach us? Yeah, he will,
He
but
will.
it
Yeah,
will take
yeah,
some
he'll come around
time.
the street. Okay. So we just have to. I didn't want to kill the cop, but now I have to kill the cop.
Do you think that we can actually disengage and just run from him?
we could
I
run.
don't want to. I don't want to because we can take him. I know we can take him. It's only one. Now, if it was a squad of one of the police squads that's going around inspecting buildings and inspecting rackets, if there was 4 to 5 of them or 6, I would definitely think twice about engaging with them.
Yeah, but
Simply because permadeath is a thing in Empire Sin. So if your gangster dies, they're not coming back. There is no Ankh. There is no scroll of resurrection. Once your gangster is dead, that's them gone. They're gone for good.
on the other hand, I believe that if we fight him, the police will dislike us, like so to say, right?
Yeah,
so,
we'll lose a little bit of faction rating, but it's not enough to be worried. Like it'll
Alright.
probably be 100 faction rating. So I'll actually probably undo the good that I've just did from that event.
yeah. And I see the small icon over Nora and before on other characters. I believe this is some kind of passive bonus that Nora is
Oh, that's
giving.
that's the lifeline effect. That's the lifeline I was talking about. So you can see whenever you are close to Nora, you will see the little what's it called? The lifeline symbol,
Buff,
the
yeah.
little heart rate symbol pop up, and that just lets you know that when you were within range of Nora, that you are under the effects of lifeline.
Nice.
Actually, where is that cop? Yeah, he's not too far away.
I think this is actually the very first time we are fighting police, so would you, Chris, be able to tell us a bit more about the relations with police and the Bureau of Prohibition and how does it work in general?
Well, the Chicago police they've sworn an oath to protect and serve their pension fund. Right, this is the important thing, right? So in game terms, essentially the police are designed to be an annoyance. Every so often they're going to raid rackets, they're going to shut you down, they're going to attack. They're going to have a. But they could basically be bought off, especially the Chicago police.
Okay.
In fact, if the more you pay them, if you pay them enough, you can actually then just say, just give me free hands in the neighborhood, and they will actually just not raid you at all if you ask them to. If you're good enough friends with them, they will actually sell you some of their equipment. You know?
Okay. So there's a lot
Yeah.
of diplomacy going on as well with them as a separate
Well,
faction.
certainly there's a lot of options with the police. They're not obviously trying to become crime boss of Chicago, so they're not quite like or not yet anyway. I mean, maybe that's something for the future. But they are there to they're there primarily as an annoyance. You know, they're to keep you on your toes.
But they're also like they're no pushovers at the same time. They have very good equipment. They have their own equipment. So, thank you, Capone.
Yeah.
They're the police are outfitted with their own set of weapons. So again, they are shotguns and they are rifles and they all fit into the Empire Sin categories. But they are the law enforcement versions of them, and they are quite good and quite dangerous. Particularly the police issue rifle that's out there, the Model 8. It's incredibly potent. So if you do tussle with the police, it can be a much more challenging fight than, say, the thugs who I just ambushed and murdered, or some of the lower tier rackets that you might encounter or you might try and take over. And then as you step it up and as you become a bigger problem and as your notoriety grows, you might encounter the BOP. And the BOP are definitely not to be messed with. They are a sort of end game deterrent, end game faction that you are going to end up having to either bribe and pay off, but they'll be looking for big sums of money, or you have to try and defend your rackets from them, because if you let the BOP in and you don't rebuff them away from your rackets, from your buildings, they will just storm into your racket and smash it and destroy it.
All right.
Right. We got a good question from chat. Once you're out of ammo, is your gun still useful? Well, the second button along is actually reload, so you can once ammunition runs out, you can then use an action point to reload the gun. In fact, you can do that anytime in combat.
Yeah, ammo is not a resource. You are not managing ammo.
Yes.
There is no limited amount of ammo. All of your weapons just have an unlimited amount of ammo, and it's just a case of you having to reload after they're emptied.
Yes, so it's, there's a limited number of shots each gun has, and then once you run out, you can just go and reload in combat. You know.
Yes. Wow, that looks.
I know exactly who that's going on, and I know exactly who that's going on.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Big Jim, he liked it.
Big Jim was brilliant. Thank you. The other thing about the Big Jim stashes are, so typically you'd kind of go, oh, well, these are just placed around the city by the designers or by the devs, and I can go pick them up whenever I want and I don't have to worry about them and they'll always be there. No, they won't. The faction AI will go and find them and loot them themselves. So if you are not quick, or if I found a legendary stash and I didn't go after, because the stashes are also protected. So like there was 5 or 6 thugs and they were strong thugs. I just had a really good ambush set up there to take them out. So the legendary ones are even more heavy protected again. So there's more thugs protecting them, and they're harder again. So each of them will be protected. So say you encounter a legendary stash, it's well guarded. You don't have the resources, you don't have the crew to take it over right away or pick it up right away. So you leave it and you kind of go, oh, I'll come back. It'll always be there. It won't, because if the faction AI could send a squad in and pick it up in their own time. And this is true for all of the stashes all over the city. So painkillers are a consumable utility item, and it's temporarily reduce the amount of damage you take by 100%, but only for 1 round. So that might be incredibly useful for somebody like an enforcer who has a taunt, who is going to taunt everybody and then take a whole bunch of damage.
Okay.
That could be worth the $3,000, but $3,000 is no small amount of money. So again, that's why explosives are so expensive. Okay, anyway, let's sell some stuff. Maybe I can buy it if we sell some stuff. Oh, and we have a special ammo. I didn't realize that. I know exactly who that's going to as well. Excellent. So we're actually in a really good place.
So how does
Mr.
special
Capone?
ammo work? Yeah.
So we have specialized ammo. So specialized ammo is another little utility in the game. So at any time, if you pick up specialized ammo, and again, there are a whole bunch of these strewn throughout the game. Some of them only drop from certain factions, from fighting and beating certain factions. So if you equip this to your weapon, that will apply the effect to the weapon. So here we have cutter rounds, and cutter rounds give you a 15% chance to inflict bleed on anybody you hit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give this to Capone with his new Tommy gun.
So is it
Right.
consumable as well, or it's just there?
Is it on the label of the box, is it?
I ask you if it's consumable, like if you use it.
Oh, consumable.
Yeah.
No. So you can swap. So like if I wanted to go back to just regular rounds, I can just swap. It won't consume it.
Wow, that sounds quite
Because
powerful.
they are quite rare. You won't come across too many of them. I happen to know there's another one down here, and I happen to know that there is a. Where is it? Maybe I don't know. I could
think
be
someone's
lying.
taken it.
Oh God damn it! Well, this is a good example of what I was saying earlier on.
See the.
Yeah,
it's
someone
gone.
took it. Yeah, feels
Hang on,
bad.
I'm gonna check. I'm convinced it's still here. So here's a good example. There was a legendary loot crate there, or a legendary stash crate there. God damn! Somebody's nicked it.
The worst.
The literal worst. Oh my. See, this is why this is right. Okay, fight. We're going fighting then. I need to make up for that. I'm annoyed now. I was so sure I was going to get that. That's what I get for talking and yapping.
Do you want to do your disappointment in the style of Frankie Donovan?
No, we'll save that for the real game.
All right.
Gotcha.
Right. Where are you going? Oh,
So
I'm
are things
at the
always in
wrong
the same
door.
spot? No, they're not always in the same spot, but Ian had been kind of scoping out this map beforehand, so he knew
Yeah.
it was there. Because being an experienced professional, he'd actually been checking out the safe and all these kind of things, all the things I didn't do, I have to confess.
So we always have to check the save game every week for stability. So we always try and play a couple hours just to make sure that it's okay and it's stable.
Yes.
Got it.
But at least it served as a really good example about not sitting on your hands and just waiting for it. Like that's I deserve that. I really do deserve that.
Yeah, you do deserve that, Ian.
So rude, Chris. Come on.
Someone had to say it.
Okay.
Let's take.
That's quite a lot of
There
guys
are a
here.
lot of thugs in here.
Oh yeah, well, it's a large building. You did want the large building, so you're gonna have to fight for it.
I know. I did it myself.
So the bigger the building, the more tax, but also the income you will get from the building is higher, right?
Very much so. Very much so.
Okay.
Or if you turn it into brewery, the more alcohol it will produce. Essentially, the larger buildings have more value.
Okay.
No. Okay, I can clear. If I use Capone, I'm going to use Capone as a meat shield, but right.
That's a good start.
So let's get those three. Hugh now has a heavy machine gun, which he won't be able to fire if I move him. Let's see, they're all covered. Yeah, 52, that's not bad, and I can potentially kill him. Let's go for it.
Destroyed. Wow. Okay, that makes the difference.
yeah.
That's gotta hurt.
That hurts. That definitely hurts. Right, I want to start moving. I want to start getting guys because I'm gonna go up this left side. I'm gonna use this left side as my. So I can't fire the heavy machine guns because I've moved, and the not heavy machine guns, the light machine guns. I can't fire the light machine guns because I've moved, and they take 2 action points. So what I'm going to do is I can overwatch with them. So I'm going to set Bow into an overwatch position, and hopefully, well, I know that guy right in front of me will move because he has a melee weapon, so he has no choice.
Yeah.
He's going to move. He's going to. There we go.
Nice. This
Yeah.
guy is out as
So
well.
that's again. This is Capone. This is Capone's ability. This is Rain Fire. So Rain Fire is a cross between Overwatch and Sweep. So Rain Fire is anybody who's
Ow.
Ah, will you get away? Leave him alone! Ooh, freaking bullies.
All right.
I don't think they want to be your friend.
No, I don't think so either. Maybe they're attached to their building.
81
So
damage.
Capone's Rain Fire ability is a cross between Overwatch and Sweep, and anybody who crosses into that radius, or goes across that radius, or through it, or in it, or moves in any way, shape, or form, will take damage as soon as they cross into the boundaries. Okay,
So I was asking just how many bullets in Capone's gun? As many bullets as we need.
as many bullets as Rain Fire needs.
And that's the magic of video games, people. We can
Yeah.
do those kind of things.
Come on, it's Al Capone. You have to give him a Tommy gun ability. His whole thing has to be a Tommy gun ability.
Yeah, he's more like Rambo though. He's got like the bullets on the rings around his body and these kind of things.
Less Rambo, more hot shots.
Yes.
All right.
I kind of wonder what
That's
Capone would think now,
that's an excellent
considering
position.
Capone has tertiary syphilis by now. I don't think he'd be thinking a hell of a lot, to be honest. But
I'll let the others deal with the guy below me. Guy on the left is too far away. Go take him. Good night, sweet prince. Right, Hugh. I'm going to try and get Hugh into a better position. It's going to forfeit any attack that he can do, but he's in a better spot, which I'm happy about. We have Bao. Bao should have a pretty good line of sight on him. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
He's flanked as well.
Oh, nice.
Nice!
Oh.
No,
Oh,
well,
oh,
I left the melee guy, and he's gunning for Capone. So that's my own fault, but I paid the price.
all these combat tactics, Ian, I don't hold with it.
The advantage of having a sniper with you and,
Yeah.
on a long, clear alley stretch on an interior, I can pick off all the guys at the back, which is fantastic. So Nora doesn't even have to move. You know, for a mob doctor, she's quite vicious.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose maybe not. Maybe mob doctors are meant to be vicious. Is that
I
not
think she's
moron?
just making work for herself, you know. That,
So
Oh,
close.
Maria.
All right, someone's asking, what's stopping the player to attack all the derrick places as soon as starting the game? Well, first things first, you'll need money to fix up the rackets. So I don't know if Ian's even got enough money to get this. We'll find out.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
No.
Didn't think about that.
Yes. So that's step one. Step two, of course, is AI is doing the same thing. So
So they may not be there.
yes,
So
by
they-
the time you get there. At three, Capone's now taking a bit of damage, so he's either going to have to kind of, chill for a bit, or get a mob doctor.
Everybody else has been pretty good. I've used Capone as the tank to soak up the damage, so
Yeah.
I'm quite okay. I don't think any of those guys are going to approach me because they're all pistols. So, but it does mean the left is all completely clear now, and I can take out the last three guys. So I'm really happy with this. This went really well. I thought this would have gone to. I thought this would have gone to pot, but it didn't.
Yeah. Don't bring a crowbar to machine gun fight. That's right. If they pull a knife, you pull a gun.
Go on, Chris. Finish it. You know you want to.
Yes. If they stick one of yours in the hospital, you stick one of theirs in the morgue. That's how we roll. That's how we roll in Chicago.
Oh, go on. Oh, I thought he was going to be suicidal there for a minute.
No, someone's been working on the combat AI. Ian.
I think somebody might
Yes.
have been working on the combat AI.
Yes.
Thanks, Dunbar,
And-
wherever you are.
Yes. And we will keep working on the combat AI for as long as we're allowed to. I think until these
Well,
nasty
it's-
producers.
The combat AI will be something that we will always work on. I can always. There are tons of things that I want to personally do with it, and there are tons of improvements that we will always be doing to it. It's right now the work that we've done in the last number of weeks has been amazing. Like really, it really has been amazing. The amount of work that we've put into it and the love and attention that we've given it. So you can see yourselves that it's really come on quite a bit. But we will continue to always polish it and to always add that little bit extra.
Also, someone asking about how different the console version is, and I think we're aiming to try and get the console version to be the same if we can.
So as far as I don't know. I don't think either of us probably know the exact thing. But as far as I'm aware, there's not much difference.
Yeah, I think right now one of the big arguments is save slots. PC can be a bit more liberal with them. What's the point of promoting? Do you have all these strong crew the first hours game?
No.
No. These are not the best gangsters in the world, and these are not the most dangerous enemies. And also, this build began on an older version, and we've actually done a lot of rebalancing to progression, so it's actually going to be much slower.
How many weeks are we in now, Machi? This is week what?
I believe in this series, this is our 4th stream, so
Yeah,
that would be
that's 4
8
hours.
weeks. 8 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, we're up to 1920.
Dude. I think we're literally just about to hit 1921.
Yeah, I think we're
already
in the
did.
1920.
We already did, yeah.
Go on, Capone.
Nice. So that's it, right?
That's it.
Nice.
And don't shoot.
Oh, nice. Nerve tonic. Consumables are always great. So reduce the amount of damage taken 50%. That's great. So if we're going to assault the safe house the next stream, I want as many of them as possible. And resist all negative effects. So resist bleeds, poisons, knockouts, knockbacks, knockdowns.
And diphtheria and rabies.
Did I wanted to know that?
And we got about 1,300 out of that as well, so that's really, really good.
It's said on the tooltip, actually. That's how I know.
Now, here comes the moment of truth. Yay! I
Okay.
can take it over. Woo!
Yeah, so are we going for a speakeasy? And we'll definitely, as promised, name it after Reaper Totem.
Okay. Speakeasy it is.
Yes. They are.
Goodbye, money.
Goodbye, Cruel Money.
Goodbye, crew money. Right, spell it for me. Is that right?
It's all one word.
All one word.
Yeah.
Small t, big T.
Small T.
Small t.
Yep.
Nice.
Is that it?
That's us. There we are. You made it.
Looks like you just got a new item. Head into the
No, go on. I know how to equip items.
to learn how to
Yes.
equip it.
All right, so we got
We have
the
a big blue
biggest
building.
speakeasy in the neighborhood, I believe, right?
So hang on.
Yes.
Let's. What do we want to do here, Chris? Do we actually want to upgrade this yet, or do we want to?
When we get round to going to war, we'll definitely want to start upgrading some of the security too.
Okay, so we want. Well, right now we probably want to upgrade our breweries, right?
Yeah, well, I would. I think I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember if we want to. If we upgraded the breweries last time or not, but I'd have to check. But
I can do.
yeah, I think
Let me-
we're
let me
also.
have a
We should also
Info.
take a. No, we haven't. Oh, we
No.
have. We've upgraded the quality.
Quality, but
Nice.
not production. So will I upgrade the production? We have enough. We have 13,000.
Yeah, upgraded production. I'll cover that shortfall,
Okay.
or the shortfall when the thing comes.
500 to rush it, or I'll just leave it. I'll leave it.
Nah, just leave it. We can afford to let it run for a
We
little
don't
while.
want storage. Now that we're producing higher quality and we're going to produce more, do we also want to match that with the deflects to make sure the cops don't raid the place because we really, really need it?
Well, we're a suspicion 85. I'd much rather go for guards.
Okay, good point.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, good point.
And
That's that one.
Shall we take a trip to the loop and see who's there?
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
this is interesting. We don't know. We
but we
haven't
don't
met who
know.
they're going to go to war with. So
Yeah,
we don't
I
know
would,
who they
I
are.
would, I would leave this one be.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. Goodbye.
Okay.
Yes, we can. We can go for a little journey. So we want to go into the next because we probably want to get some allies, right? We want to increase our diplomatic our contacts, our diplomatic contacts. And we want to try and meet some of the other factions. So let's go to. We're going to the loop.
That sounds good.
Let's
It's
go
the
to loop.
closest
I
one.
have everybody. I have my crew selected. Let's go. Ooh,
Right.
minor faction.
Yes.
Hello, minor faction.
Yeah, they're not worth worrying about. But I can see someone else over there. That's that
I do
anyone
believe
we.
there's somebody to the north. Am I going in the right
Yeah.
direction?
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
am going in the right direction.
Let's see if they're worth.
Oh, car.
Car. Yes. Watch out.
Gotcha.
Yep. There's a racket of somebody's.
This is where we meet Frankie Donovan and I have to die of shame.
No.
Mr. Angelo Jenna. How are you, sir?
With his
So,
working
Angelo
class
Jenna-
cough cap. Can you get hit by cars? No, you can't. Actually,
no,
now
you can't. Angelo Jenna
Jesus.
is one of our factual bosses. He is a real Italian mobster from Chicago from the 1920s.
well, he was actually born in Sicily, moved to Chicago, and then I believe he gets gunned down in either 1923 or 1924 by Dino Banyan
Spoiler.
and his North Side mob.
Thank you, Chris.
It's a history lesson. We always like giving a little bit of history.
Yeah.
So I think what we should do is I think we should have a sit down with Angelo because we want to try and make friends. So I think we should have a sit down with Angelo, try and make him our friend, our ally, and then once we have him as an ally, let's see if he'll come and join our war with Steph. Well, we haven't gone to war yet, but we will go to war with Stephanie, and we will use Angelo to go to war with Stephanie. That's what I want to do.
So maybe
Yeah, we could warn him about any fights with the North Side mob. Stay away from the North Side mob. Just throw that one out there for him.
So maybe before we do, maybe let's run the short video about Angelo that we prepared beforehand.
sure.
So you. thank you very much, guys, for watching us. I think it was super nice to have this stream with you, and thank you for all the questions
guys.
and all your involvement here. This is super enjoyable, not only for you, as I see, but also for us. So this is much appreciated.
And a special congratulations to Reaper Totem. You finally got a racket named after you.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very
Really,
much.
really appreciate it.